What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Mary Jane and Black Cat issue number 4, with our two ladies finding themselves down in Limbo. They have made their way to the Screaming Tower. They are doing this all so that they can try to grab the Soulsword, going on this mission for Belasco so they can return home. Once they are inside, they form an alliance with Sim. They manage to escape the tower's defenses. But what we learned is that the Screaming Tower was not built to keep enemies out. It had been built to keep the Guardian inside. And the Guardian now has MJ, Felicia, and Sim within his grasp. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we jump into this issue, we are picking up with our heroes currently entangled in the tentacles of the Guardian. When Mary Jane had tried to use her jackpot powers, what happened is some bad luck. After trying to figure out and deduce the problem, they figured out that it is Felicia. Felicia is giving bad luck to Mary Jane. This is why she has been rolling so poorly. And so while the three of them are wrapped up in tentacles, Mary Jane begins to go off, saying that she can't believe this is about Peter, saying that she's not gonna get back to her kids, all because her and Peter are together and she didn't want to talk about it. But of course, Felicia wanted to come forward. She wanted to say something, but the last time they talked about this situation, about Peter and her having a relationship, Felicia had told MJ that she didn't want him back. And now that she has gone back on her word, she was a little bit embarrassed, a little bit shy to even talk about it with Mary Jane. Mostly worried about how MJ would really react to the situation. While the two of them sit here arguing, we see Sim, the Guardian, having hold of him. We see the eyeball come up to him and absolutely vaporize him. And he doesn't do this in the literal sense, but what we see is Sim's limp body falling down to the ground, getting hit with such a heavy blast from this creature that it kills him right here on the spot. And so Felicia, using her claws, she is able to break the grip of these tentacles. Trying to make her escape with a grappling hook, it doesn't work. Another tentacle grabs her leg and her grappling hook breaks. This is where Felicia uses something that she doesn't use very often, because her claws can be shot. Not very far. They truly only have a range of about a foot. But in a sticky situation, this is ideal. This is where Felicia takes those claws and she shoots it into the eyeball of the Guardian. The Guardian freaking out. It drops both MJ and Black Cat. But before Felicia can get away, it has already grabbed hold of her again. And we have Mary Jane, who should be running away, but right now she is currently yelling at Felicia because all of this is happening. Her powers having this problem, so on and so forth, all because Felicia couldn't come forward and say that she is dating Peter, with MJ continuing her rant, saying that she doesn't care about their relationship, that she has her own life now, one that doesn't revolve around Peter Parker, that she's got kids. What she is currently mad about, not that she didn't tell her, it's that she kept secrets and it has now led to the situation that they are in. After getting her rant fully out, this is where MJ decides to roll again. Now that they've come to some kind of an understanding, we see her roll, and MJ rolls all 7s. She hit the jackpot, and MJ powers up like never before. Looking like a freaking blue phoenix, she begins to absolutely decimate the Guardian. With the Guardian quickly being taken out, she looks over to Sim. Seeing that he has died, she goes to manipulate this. Putting some energy into his body, we see him brought back to life. It appears that her new power has the ability to rewrite reality within the immediate vicinity. But our two ladies, they finally come to one another, they embrace. Felicia apologizing, saying that she should have said something, but really she was just scared. She didn't know what to say or how to say it. But now that the Guardian has been defeated, they are making their way to the Soulsword. With Sim being brought back to life after his death, he's letting them know that he's not going to go out of his way to betray them. He sees it as a kind of even switch. But when Felicia goes to grab the Soulsword, Sim does stop her. Not stopping her so he can take it for himself. He is letting them know that neither of them are magic. They don't have any training. That if you grab the Soulsword, it is going to bond to you. It is going to graft right onto your soul and leech you for the rest of your life. The Soulsword will be theirs, which means they can also not give it away to anybody else. And so from this, they can assume that Belasco was simply going to kill them once they return. That way he could take the Soulsword for himself from their dead bodies. And so now they find themselves in a predicament. How do they get it back to him? Because if they don't get to go home. Having no other option, we have Felicia who grabs the sword. She takes the Soulsword and it now belongs to her. We pick up shortly later outside of the tower, thinking that the hard part is finally over. As they make their way outside of the Screaming Tower, this is where they are met by everybody else who is trying to claim the Soulsword for themselves. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So far, this hasn't really been the best run in the world, but it's not a bad run. It's enjoyable. I have fun reading through the pages, really seeing the true potential of MJ's power. And as we see, rolling those 7s makes her stupid powerful. Being able to change reality within her vicinity. Being able to bring the dead back to life. Being able to take out things like the Guardian. And I am very interested to see where she got these powers. Is this how she ended up with kids? Because her whole relationship with, I think it's Paul, I can't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure it was Paul. We saw 6 months ago something happened. Still yet to be explained within inside the pages of Spider-Man, though I did drop it, so I'm gonna have to go and really read deep into it to see what happened as those issues come out. I will say that I do prefer Felicia and Peter together. I really do enjoy how the two of them operate together. I have never been a Peter and MJ fan. But I'm also not a fan of this whole randomly MJ has kids, she calls them her kids, they call her mom. But they have yet to truly explain what the heck happened and how she has these kids. Now, my assumption has always been that these are stepkids, they call her mom, she calls them her kids, so on and so forth, which is all fine and great. But I think at this point, everybody is ready to just know what happened. The Amazing Spider-Man, I think, is like 20 issues deep. We have had Dark Web, we have the Mary Jane and the Felicia line, like we have so many comics. And we have gotten so very little detail on what happened between MJ and Peter. Many assume that it might have been connected to the Fantastic Four. And while it is still a possibility, it doesn't necessarily seem like that is the path they are going down. But this miniseries has one more issue, the final confrontation. Battling their way through this army, will Felicia be the one wielding the Soulsword when all of this is over? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Mary Jane and Black Cat, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this miniseries. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.